What's up, guys? Jeff Cavaliere, ATHLEAN-X.com. So who knew that the key to your strength in your lower abs was actually going to come from your legs, your adductors, the muscles that run up the inside of your thighs. You see, you have to understand the anatomy of the pelvis in order to be able to appreciate that. But it doesn't matter whether you do or you don't. Listen to what I'm telling you today. You're going to get much more out of your lower ab exercises because you have to understand that with the adductors running up your thighs, okay, running right up here in your groin, they attach to your pelvis from below. And when they're strong or when they're tensed and contracted, they're going to provide tension from down below. Now the muscles in your abs are going to come down the opposite direction. They're going to come from here or here and run in, and they're going to grab onto the pelvis from the top down. Now we talked about before that whole phrase about not being able to shoot a cannon from a canoe, or at least not being able to do it accurately because you don't have a stable base to be able to operate or generate force from. If I take this band right here, and this were to be my adductors from down below, and this is going to be my abs pulling from up top. If my abs were pulling, and I didn't have a lot of force generation from down below because my adductors were either weak or, in the case I'm going to show you here, not contracted or activated, then I can kind of pull this hand around like a dog on a leash because this isn't really able to provide any kind of counterforce to what I'm generating from up top. So everything's kind of moving, but because of that, the abs can never really contract or do all that much to generate peak force because they're never being opposed by an opposite force to be able to allow that. So now if we take this and I stretch this all the way out down here because now the adductors are strong and or activated, now when I grab on here and I got to pull in the opposite direction, I got a lot of force in this band. This is going to kind of simulate the amount of strength that you can generate, the strength of contraction that you can generate now from your abs. Think about what that will do to your lower ab exercises to making them much more effective. So how can we do that? It's actually really, really easy. I've used this fat grip here for a lot of things other than as a fat grip, and I'm going to use it again. You can use a baseball, you can use a tennis ball, anything that you could put between your knees. Do your lower ab exercises while squeezing this between your knees. What happens is you start to get the adductors to fire up. Now that they're pulling and working from down below, the strength of contraction, your ability to become more efficient with your lower ab contractions better. So think about it. Here I'm doing a hanging leg raise. And again, a lot of us will do this exercise and allow our legs to just drift apart, not stay together. But what I just told you will allow you to have a better exercise if you do it. So now, squeezing this, perform as many leg raises as you can. You can do this right now. You can actually stand up, cross your legs over each other, and squeeze your thighs together as hard as you can, and then contract your abs, and you'll feel a much stronger contraction. I can take this down to the floor, though, too. It doesn't have to be hanging from a bar. Any movement where we're bringing the bottom towards the top. So with a reverse leg raise or reverse curl, again, put something between your legs, and then squeeze it, and then bring it back up to the top. You'll see a much stronger contraction, as I said. Better results over the long run when you start to apply this little technique to all your lower ab exercises. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Remember, we got to put the science back in strength when we need to because it doesn't just make things nerdy, it actually makes things more effective. And that's what ATHLEAN-X is all about. If you're looking for a complete training program that will get you into the best shape of your life by putting the science back in strength, don't worry, you don't have to think it all through. I've done that for you. You just have to do what I'm telling you to do and let it all work for you. All right, you can find that over at ATHLEAN-X.com. In the meantime, if you found this video helpful, make sure you leave your comments and thumbs up below, and I'll do my best to continue to bring you guys what it is that you want to see here on this channel each and every time. All right, I'll see you back here real soon.